I'm gonna repeat this one more time. The key to having great employees is to help them see a clearer vision for themselves, because now they will be purpose driven. If you could see a clearer vision for yourself while you working in this job, and your boss is helping you establish a clearer vision for yourself, you will now become purpose driven. Purpose driven people show up and they work diligently. They work with inspiration because now they are working for more than just a paycheck. And that's powerful when you go to a job and work for more than just a paycheck.
Dang.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen, bro. You introduce us today. It's your turn. What you got?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm not the intro guy. I would say this is what reviewing chapter 4 with the rich dad, poor dad. I got the pocket size, that's why it's so small, right?
Yes,
Fit in
sir.
your hand. And I gotta give you guys an update on the second job that I was doing, man. Just real quick. I won't be too long. Pause, but so it started at 2:30 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And I was feeling excited. I'm like, okay, let's get it. 2:30 in the morning. The guy was a little late, and I'm like, okay, that's a red flag. You don't be late this early in the morning. So then he started telling us, going over the job with a description. He bring us to this pallet jack, and it's like one on steroids, like it's super big. It weighs like 400 pounds. And then the first thing he says is like, be careful because you could low key injure your thumb. And he shows us this big slash that he got covered by a band-aid. And I'm like, oh dang, I could lose a thumb doing this. And then we're walking further. We went outside, went deeper, and then he was like, it's so loud, so wear these earplugs because when you get older, you're gonna want to hear your grandchildren talk to you. I
Yeah,
said,
you couldn't
dang,
hear
hold
now,
on.
bro.
I'm gonna lose my thumb and now I can't hear. And then as we were coming back, and he said that, a lot of people, may talk to you crazy. We got a bad habit of that here, but just talk to the managers. However, I would love to see you fight one of them and beat them up. I said, what? I said, hold on. So I'm gonna lose a thumb, I'm gonna lose my hearing, and now you telling me I gotta fight for my life? I said, what kind of? I said, this is jail. So I'm like, okay, cool, cool. So then he started describing the job and what we got to do,
Yo, you
and
cutting
in
in
my
and
mind,
out,
I'm
bro. I can
like,
barely hear you. I can't hear you at all
yeah, I'm
now.
out. I'm not doing this. So we go back inside, right? He put on his jacket and he says, hey, pick a piece of
Yo, I
paper.
can't hear
One of
you
you
at
guys
all.
are coming outside with me.
It's
One of you
cutting
guys
in
are
and
doing
out.
training. Really?
Yeah, it's
What
cutting in
about
and out
now?
real bad.
Dang, hold on.
Yeah,
What about
it's
now?
choppy, bro. Yeah, it's still the same. I could barely hear you.
What the heck?
It's cutting in and out. Yeah, you frozen.
Really? Maybe I gotta put my headphones on. Let's pause just real quick. Let me see. Hold on, real
Yeah,
quick. Let me
headphones
grab
are
my
improved. Go ahead, go ahead.
headphones.
That dude said put his headphones in, like the headphones gonna improve the quality of the internet connection. This guy right here, something special.
All right, can you hear me now? I know.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't necessarily think you. I think it was the internet connection for some weird reason.
Oh, okay. I'm turning it off then. Look like
Yeah,
I'm doing a sports call. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
yeah, bro, it's better.
Okay. Where did it get choppy at?
You were saying something about your thumb. He's
Okay. Yeah.
showing
So
you.
he was
He's
saying
showing
that.
you. He was showing you his thumb or something like that. He was
Yeah, he
showing
was
you.
showing me his thumb and how he had got a severe injury by not using the machine properly. And I said, "Oh shoot!" So
Yeah,
I get injured. So in my mind, I'm just being extra. I'm like, "Dang!" So I could lose a thumb. Then I'm gonna have 4 fingers. That's gonna look kind of funny. Not to those that have 4 fingers, but I don't want to lose my thumb. So then he said, we start walking out deeper in the deck, and he was like, yeah, don't forget to put these earplugs in because you want your grandchildren to hear you when you get older.
Right.
you know. And I'm like, dang. So hold on, I'm gonna lose my thumb, and I'm gonna go deaf.
Right.
And then coming back to the deck, he's like, we have a problem with people talking to each other a certain way. However, if somebody disrespects you, tell us. However, we would love to see you knock one of them down, like fight one of them. I was like prison? I said, hold on, I'm about to lose my thumb. I'm gonna go deaf, and now I gotta fight people. Yeah, this ain't for me. So what happened was we went back inside, right? He put on his jacket. He was just like, okay, one of you guys gonna do training. One of you guys gonna go outside, pick a paper. Of course, my luck, I picked the paper that I had to go outside. However, he's like, we're not gonna do that right now because you don't know what you're doing. He put on his jacket, right? Went outside, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't for me. So then, as soon as he went out, I asked the security guard or whatever. I'm like, man, how do I get out of here? He was like, oh, you just put in your code. Man, I jumped in that car so quick. I ran outside, jumped in the car, and dipped. Like, no, this ain't for me, Jack. I'm not doing that. So I'm back on the hunt for my second job. However, this may sound funny, but I got a job at McDonald's today flipping patties. So that may be the second income that I may end up taking so I could do my real estate adventures.
Right. All right. So which job was this that you were just talking about?
Oh, this is for the airport. This is a ramp agent. For those that do that, man, thumbs up. The manager texts me 3 days later. He's talking about, hey, Trey, you coming back? I said, no. He said, somebody said you went ghost. I'm like, yeah, I am. He ain't never see me again.
Why you didn't give that man the courtesy and let him know, hey sir, respectfully, this isn't for me.
You know, I said that later, right? I was like, I'm not coming back. However, I remember how I got the job. They asked me one question. I was able to do a drug test, pick out my schedule all in one day. And I said, oh, they're hiring everybody. And then get this, they were a subcontractor from UPS and from the airport. I'm like, dang, it's government contracts all day.
That's exactly what I just thought about.
Yeah,
Wow. Shout out to the people that do the rampage and stuff.
man. Don't be getting in fights, man. It ain't prison. You ain't gotta act like that. Just
That's for sure.
communicate.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. So, other than that, how you been? You been straight?
I been good, man. I can't complain.
What what what
Life is
what,
good.
what made you go get a job at McDonald's out of all places?
You know what? I sat back and I'm like, it's down the street. They're always hiring. People love to eat bad. I'm gonna see if they go hire me. So I filled out the app. They text me immediately and said schedule your interview, and I said, hey, this is a humbling experience because I'm 37. I don't want to flip patties, even though McDonald's. That's a funny story. McDonald's never hired me growing up. I did the interview with a fade. I did it with curls. I did it with a fro, and I did it with braids. And they said no. So then I'm low key semi bald headed. So I think this is the time that I'm gonna get the job.
You just said people love to eat bad, so that means that you want to encourage them to eat bad by working there.
I do.
Oh
No,
wow.
I'm joking. I don't. I just know that they're busy, and I just got to do what I got to do. And they have a good system, right? So it'll show me on the system side when it comes to building my business.
Got you. Okay. Well, I wish you the best of luck with that, bro. I can't wait to see how the first day go. If you gonna stay or you gonna quit.
Yeah, yeah, man. We flipping them patties.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Yeah, man, I've been straight on my end. Oh, I got some exciting news too
Okay, what's your
before
news?
we jump into it. So as you know, as I told y'all that I was going to start the Read, Grow, Inspire Kids club,
Yeah.
and first of all, it's no longer just a book club. The premise of it, the basis of it, is the fundamental part of it is reading, but it's all encompassing of so many different aspects. Like what we're gonna be learning the second language, Spanish. What we're gonna be doing math work. What we're gonna be doing affirmations. And just so many different parts of it. But the exciting thing is that I started it on Tuesday this week, which is the 19th. And
Oh,
I'm
dang.
starting in my garage. And what made me start it in my garage was first I went to I drove around in my area to all of the daycares, and I drove around to all of the apartment complexes because I know that apartment complexes and daycares, they have for
Yeah.
all the kids, and I was promoting, handing out flyers that way, and but I didn't get no calls back. But it dawned on me. I remember hearing. I think I was listening to Miles Monroe, and he said he was talking about how all these success, a lot of well, a few successful people started in a garage, and he said Steve Jobs started in his
Yeah.
garage. And in my mind, I was like, Steve Jobs is now one of the wealthiest people in the world, and I'm not doing it for the money, but I just thought about it like that's where he started. And Miles Monroe was like, "What are you doing with your garage? Is it just filled up with
Yeah.
junk, or what are you doing with your garage?"
Yeah.
And I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? It's time to clean my garage out. Let's make this happen. So cleaned it out, got a storage, put everything in the storage, and I set up a table. And I one day I was picking up my son from school, and I ran into one of the parents that live on my street. I just told him what it was about, and I invited him over. And he was actually, so it was supposed to be three parents showed up. He was the only one that showed up, and I made my offer for $125, and he bought the offer. Yeah,
Hey.
did a 45-minute presentation and tell him what it was about. And later that night, he texted me like, "Hey, how do I send the payment?" And I was like, "Wow, I just I just created an offer and sold the
Bro.
offer." And I thought about Myron Golden immediately. I
Hey.
was like, I just did a 45-minute presentation, sold the offer for $125, and basically they get to come. We do it twice a week, Tuesday, Thursdays for 1 hour. So that's 8 hours on my time, for $125, which is a starting point. I'm okay with that,
Yeah.
but it's just the fact that I created an offer and I sold it. That
Yes.
was like it was. This is what I thought about. It's such an amazing feeling when you get an idea from God and you're able to turn it into cash flow.
Bro. From your thought alone.
Right.
You
Yeah.
said, "Oh, let me think of something," like Mara said. Okay, here's my offer.
Yeah. And now it got me amped up that wow, I made $125 in an hour. Actually, in 45 minutes, I did a 45-minute presentation. I made $125 in 45 minutes. So I start thinking about my job like I don't get that on my job. It's time to make some more offers, bro.
Bro.
I need to get in front of more people.
So
Not
then I ask you this: how long would it take you, hours wise, to make that at your job with doing like tips and stuff,
so at my job to make $125, it would take me about, on a good day, it will probably take me about maybe 7 hours
bro? But you just did it in 45
in
minutes.
45 minutes. In 45 minutes, and it's like it really got my gears going now. Like it got my gears going. Like, okay, you gotta make some more offers, bro. You have to. You gotta make some
Sheesh,
more.
that's fire, man.
Yeah, bro. So I'm excited. Like I told y'all on the previous episode. My goal is to get to the $6,000 mark in my business, which
Yeah.
is now, which will be 40 kids. So if I
Okay,
get 40 kids at 125, I believe the math is right, but that allowed me to walk away from my job. So now, uh, um, I'm excited, bro. When I got two more kids coming, so that's three kids. I'm gonna be down to 37 kids, and I'm just doing the math. As soon as I get to 40, I'm able to walk away from my job, bro, and that put me right where I need to be. So I just wanted to share that, man. This is it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing to
bro,
create an
that's
offer
fire.
and somebody actually buy it. So for those that struggling with creating your offer and having a hard time, pitching your offer, you just got to do it. You just got to do it. And one thing that the biggest thing I learned with that offer is that the value has to be more than what they're gonna pay. It has
Yeah,
to be a lot of value. So he found a lot of value in it, and he bought the offer. So yep.
bro. And if I could piggyback on that, right? So think about it. This is your second time making an offer. The first time when you used to do TV mountings,
Right.
you made an offer, so then you had to work for the offer with your hands.
Right.
Now you're able to speak and make an offer by you thought about it in your mind, you're speaking,
Right.
and now people are paying for you just for the knowledge you're giving them. So you
Right.
went from working from the hands to now speaking to creating money.
Yeah, bro. I'm
Information.
excited. I'm
That's
excited, bro.
fire.
I'm excited. So,
Yeah.
yeah, man. All right, bro. Let's jump into this book. We got chapter 4 today. Rich Dad,
Let's get
Poor
it.
Dad, the GOAT, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. Shout out to you. One day we're gonna have you on the show.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, and for those that's listening right now, don't forget to go online to Amazon.com and you could type in Read, Grow, Inspire book list. And every book that we have read together is on that list. Go check it out. Go check it out. Go check it out. And if you have found this series of the Rich Dad Poor Dad series amazing, it's been blessing you so far, please go grab the book as it will continue to help you think on a much higher level. It would free you from the mental captivity that the system on this world have you in. It actually it will remove the blinders. So as we get ready to dig in chapter 4, grab your pens, grab your paper, and get ready to take some notes because this one is going to definitely help you out. So you ready, Trey?
Let's get it, man.
Let's get it. Start us off, bro. What you got for us?
Okay, so mine's is it's like a key takeaway. It says if you work for money, you give the power to your employer. If money works for you, you keep the power and control it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I read that, I'm like, no, that is so true, right? Because you work 99% of us work hard for the money, so we just give it to the employer. But we're not working hard to ourselves to control the money. And I said, dang, I mean, just that statement alone allows me to think different.
Right. You said it was one of the key takeaways. So I guess it's
Yeah.
more towards the end.
Well, no, it's like a little. So in this little book, right, they have like little, like two, like little takeaways in each section.
I think I know what you're talking about. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you work for money, you give the power to your employer. If money works for you, you keep the power and control. If you work for money, you give the power to your employer. So what does that mean? That means that when you're working for somebody, you give them the power to pay you.
Yeah, and I think Myron has said it best. They don't pay you based off. They pay you based off of the service. So basically, you're working to get paid to stay at the job. So they're not losing money. You working and giving them money keeps you at the job.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
like I said, when I was working at AT&T, I remember like it was yesterday. I thought I had won the lottery because I came from Sprint. That was like the bottom of the barrel, right? And when I came to AT&T in training, I was like, I had that "Mama, I made it" moment because I'm like, okay, this is a top. I'm not at Verizon yet, but this is AT&T, Verizon are neck and neck. And then this trainer, he had said, yeah, you guys, what you're going to make the company in your first year open up 25 jobs per person. And now I look back, I'm like, dang. Before I was like, yeah, this is a good company. Now I'm thinking like, I made them that much money,
I
yet I
mean
was
that
only able to
that
make.
don't that don't that don't that does not make them a bad company.
No, no, it doesn't. But I'm saying the value that I brung opened up 25 jobs, right? The
Right,
selling that I'm going to do, they're going to profit to open up 25 jobs. But I didn't look at it to where, how can I be the employer to open up
right,
25 jobs for somebody else?
yeah,
I was just so stoked on, yeah, I'm making more money. And then it blinded me, right?
right,
I wasn't in the aspect of, what can I do for myself? I'm saying, no, how can I make money with this company? And that was it. I had my blinders on, which is not the greatest at sometimes because you could go blind and then go broke and then retire with no money.
right, yeah. Gotcha, bro. The way you just said that just now with such passion and such conviction, it's someone that needs to hear that because only you could say it like that. There's a world out there that's craving your perspective and your insights. And what's a better way to share them than through your very own podcast? I know you've been thinking about this for a while now. Maybe you're hesitating, unsure where to start,
or feeling lost in the process. But guess what though? Guess what? I've got the solution that you've been searching for. I got the solution. Introducing the podcast Jump. It's an ebook that's a journey to your voice, your roadmap to podcasting success that shows you how to start and grow your podcast. And it even has ways for you to monetize it. So let's go. I've laid out everything you need to know in clear, actionable steps because it's a group of people out there that's waiting to hear from you. Imagine this: you and I could have the same exact message, the same message, but when I say it, they don't listen to me. But when you say it, they all ears. And guess what? They even want to hear more. They want to hear what else you have to say. That is your tribe, and they need to hear from you. Don't you have someone that you listen to all the time? Maybe it's the person on ESPN or the guy that teaches you about health and fitness, or maybe even your favorite preacher. We all listen to them because they have a message that we want to hear. And it's someone that needs to hear your message because when you say it, it just hit different. When you say it, it feel different. When you say it, it just makes more sense. And when you say it, it even resonates more. Don't let this opportunity pass by you. Head over to the podcast Jump and get your copy now. It's time to unleash your voice and make an impact. Your audience is waiting. Grab your copy and let's embark on this incredible journey together. Let's embark on this incredible journey together. Go to thepodcastjump.com. Grab the ebook. Grab the ebook. Now let's get back to the episode.
For me, one of my takeaways is that is on the okay. It says the reality is that the rich are not taxed. It's the middle class, upper in, especially the educated upper income middle class who pays for the poor. Um, what I get from this is, and I'm not coming from a. I want y'all to know this. Let me repeat this again. I'm not coming from a professional standpoint. Please consult with your tax attorney. Please consult with your legal professionals because I'm not that. I am just simply giving my perspective as a report.
All
Please,
right.
please remember that I'm not a professional. This is DK's and Trey's personal
Yeah.
opinions. Let me put the disclaimer there. So what I get from that is this: at first it says the rich is not taxed. What I get from this is that what I believe is that the rich don't get taxed because they provide. I think that they actually help the economy grow. Um, Meaning that if you are a business owner, you are actually helping people, with jobs and you help the economy flourish. So I think in that aspect, the government is like, okay, well, DeAndre started a business. He has 25 employees and he's actually helping the economy. So you know what? We'll give him a tax break and which allows him to pay less in taxes or maybe nothing in taxes, depending on how he structures business and whatever legal loopholes they got. But that's what I'm seeing in it right there is that okay, because he is helping the government, he's able to get less of a tax burden, less taxes paying, less tax. Then it says it's the middle class, especially the educated upper income middle class who pays for the poor. And what I get from that is that uh, upper income middle class people are the people that I think that have they were, I guess, doctors, lawyers, attorneys. Um, I think that they get taxed high because even though they have high income earning jobs, they are because they earn so much and they still work a job, they get taxed the highest. But I could be wrong. That's just what I'm getting from it. So, like I said, I do. What's what we're looking for? I do highly recommend, consulting with someone that is actually legal professional in this area. But I'm just giving you my perspective on it on why I think that it's like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's right. I think the same way. I mean, like you said, don't take my advice and run with it. Get the legal advice. We're not directing you to say do this and you get that.
Right.
But no, I believe so as well because entrepreneurs, they make the world go round. They fuel the economy. They build the economy, right? Case in point, they say when let's say let's say the Bulls or the Lakers win the championships, well, they get to open up more jobs for people, right? Money comes in. And no, I think they should get tax less. But it's funny because, and I'm not going to go on a tangent, people always cry out, let the rich pay for everything. But the rich already have been paying for everything. That's why you are working right now, right?
Right.
They give you the benefits, they give you the dream so you can support your family. Why not give them the tax break or let them work in a different way to where, they're building up the economy? You're either hurting or helping.
Right.
So I get that as well, and I hope I don't get a lot of hate comments. But it's so true. That's what I think. And then my takeaway, right? I wish we had to. It comes from. Okay, he says, my highly educated dad encouraged me to land a job with a strong corporation. He spoke the virtues of working your way up for the corporate ladder. He didn't understand that by relying solely on a paycheck from a corporate employer, I would be a docile cow ready for milking. When I told my rich dad my father's advice, he only chuckled, "Why not own the ladder?" was all he said.
Hmm.
My gosh. And it's so true, and that's so true because people will think that there's safety and security of climbing the corporate ladder, but in the way I think and I see things, the higher you get to somebody's ladder, the easier they could cut it down because there's no security in that. Case in point, I remember when I was working at Best Buy, I'll never forget it. This guy, everybody loved him, right? He moved from Marietta in California, Southern California, to Moreno Valley. It was roughly around like a 35-minute, 45-minute commute. He had his third kid, right? Left for maternity leave. He was excited. When he came back, mind you, he transferred from another store, moved his family. When he came back, he lost his job because he was climbing the corporate ladder. But it's all business. They like you. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, they're planning for when you leave as well. So that when I seen that, I said, okay, a manager is not what I want to do. Even though I became a manager, and had my own horror story with that. But there's the higher you get in corporate, the quick they cut you off. Matter of fact, when I was at AT&T, we had a call, and they were saying after this call, because they were firing people, they was doing like layoffs. If you get this call, you're going to get fired.
Hmm.
I was shaking my boots. I'm like, dang, I just got this apartment. Luckily, I got the call that they were keeping me, they were keeping me, but other people either could got fired or take a severance package. But
Right.
these people don't care, you know?
So, is there something wrong with climbing the corporate ladder?
There's nothing wrong. Just don't think that that's your ladder that you're climbing.
Right.
Meaning, because you're climbing the ladder, that's their rules. So if they want to let you go, they're gonna let you go.
Right.
Yeah.
And like Rich Dad said, why not own the ladder?
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. Own the ladder. Own the ladder, everybody. Own the ladder.
On your ladder, man.
Own the ladder.
And I would say it's okay to climb, but yet build your own at the same time. Don't just say I'm climbing this ladder to get to the top and forget about yourself. No, no, no. Build as well, leverage as well.
Why do you
That's what
think
I'm doing.
why do you think some people climb the ladder and don't never build nothing for themselves?
I think because they see once they're climbing the ladder, like the more responsibility they get in a job, the tired they get to say, "Hey, I'm going to work on myself and I'm going to go ahead and just retire from this." The higher you climb, the tired you get to see what you need to do for you and your family. How I view it, right?
Yeah. Um, okay. One of my takeaways is where he says that once the government got a taste of money, its appetite grew. Your dad and I are the exact opposite. So what he's saying here is that your dad and I are the exact opposite, meaning that one that is working for the government, and
Mm-hmm.
one that is an entrepreneur. So he's saying that, okay, your dad is a government bureaucrat. I am a capitalist. We get paid, and our success is measured on opposite behaviors. The government success and entrepreneur success is measured on two different behaviors, right? He gets paid to spend money and hire people. The more he spends and the more he hires people, the larger his organization becomes. In the government, a large organization is a respected organization. On the other hand, within my organization, the fewer people I hire and the less money I spend, the more I am respected by my investors. And then he says, that's why I don't like government people. They have different objectives than most business people. As the government grows, the more and more tax dollars are needed to support it. And for me, what I got from that is this: as entrepreneurs, they are respected by their investors when they are able to build something, but minimize the overhead expenses, minimize the amount of people that it takes to actually grow it. So, let's say I'm building a business and Trey, as I need Trey is one of my investors, but I've built something already, and he see that, okay, dang, he have a solid 10 people in his organization, and he is making, let's say, $500,000 or $1 million right now, with 10 people. As an investor, that looks great because, wow, okay, he have a good system running, 10 people, they doing $1 million. This is good. On the other hand, what I get is that the government, they are their measure of success is based on, okay, hiring more people and spending more money, which tells me that, okay, like you said, the measure of success is measured differently. So, and that's why, I guess, why he's saying that's why they think different. So,
Yeah,
that was a good takeaway for me because I didn't know that until I read this book. So yeah.
bro, and that's why he's a fire teacher because I didn't know none of this stuff either,
Right.
and it questioned everything that I was being taught.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dang.
Yep. What you got?
Okay, let me see. Because that was part of mine too. Do. Capitalist. Okay, let me see. What's it? Oh no, I think this one's a short one. I think this is all I have. I mean,
Okay, well, let me go again.
yeah, go ahead.
I'll go again. I'll go again. Okay. For those of you that have the larger size book, I'm on page 124, and it says that hold on, let me make sure I go here. Hold up, give me 1 second. Tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now because I got it. Okay, yeah. It says an employee. So yeah, one page 124, and it says an employee with a safe, secure job without financial aptitude has no escape. An employee with a safe, secure job with no financial aptitude has no escape. And what I got from that is this. 1 second, I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, here we go. Let me repeat that one more time. An employee with a safe, secure job without financial aptitude has no escape. Now, you may say, okay, what is financial aptitude? Financial aptitude is what you do with the money once you make it, how to keep people from taking it away from you, and how to keep it longer, and how to make that money work hard for you. So, what I get is that, okay, an employee with a safe, secure job that does not have financial aptitude has zero escape. So, what that tells me is that, hey,
Jeez.
I'm an employee right now and I need to have financial aptitude. I need to know what to do with the money once I make it. I need to know how to keep people from taking it away from me, and then I need to know how to keep it long and how to make that money work hard for me. When most people as an employee, when they get money, they and a lot of people struggle with it. Even me, I struggle with it to this day sometimes. Sometimes I don't know where my money is going. Sometimes uh I don't know what to do when I make it. A lot of times I just pay bills with it, and but now I am learning the value of having financial aptitude. Like I said just now, which is what to do with the money once you make it. And if you don't have a plan for your money when you make it, that'll be money soon gone because it'll just go wherever it feel like going, or whatever thing or that's in the way right now. So that's one thing I've learned is that you have to truly plan and tell your money where to go. If not, it'll just go anywhere. And then
No,
also
that is.
say how to go ahead. You got it, bro.
I know. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna tell a story. Go ahead.
Now I'm just saying, as well as how to keep people from taking it away from you, because one thing I've learned is that people are always out to take your money, whether it's bill collectors, whether it's expenses, whether it's people that need to borrow money from you, but people are always ready to take it. And you have to protect that because that's the two most things you got to protect is your time and your money because people are always ready to steal, take that from you. So, for those that lack financial aptitude and you want to get out of your job, just like how I am, me and Trey is working to get out of our jobs right now and build a successful business. I highly encourage to build up that financial aptitude and come up with a plan on what you need to do to be in control of your money.
No, you're, bro. That is so true. And so I got two parts, right? And I told somewhat of the story when I want to say 2 weeks ago. But because like I said, when I was 18, got a whole lot of money, right? So then I was talking to my friend the other day, and then he had 20,000, and then he had told me, man, I wish I had a father in the house that I grew up in, right? Because when I had that money, I had no direction. And then he said, like, this was before the Apple blew up. He was like, bro, I could have put my money in the stocks, but because I had no direction, the money just vanished, right?
Hmm.
And case in point, even when I was doing FFL, right? I mean, I don't know if I could say the name. Even when I was doing insurance, right? Well, FFL is a cool company, but I remember my dad would tell me, this is after I spent everything. I went MC Hammer broke. I was literally right there, right? I was broke. And me and my dad was arguing. We just left for lunch. We just came back to my sister's apartment. He was parking, right? And he was saying, like, son, you need to know what your money is, where your money is going. I know you're making this money doing insurance. I get that. But you need to see what's going in, what's going out. And my response was so ignorant. Now I look back, it's so stupid. I said, yeah, Dad, I get what you're saying. But the owner was a multimillionaire. All he said was worry about the production and you'll make the money to where you could become a millionaire. He was like, son, no, it doesn't work that way. I balance the money for, the county he was working at. I see and I budget and I know what's going in, what's going out. And
Right.
he was so right because when I was doing the insurance, I wasn't paying attention what was going in and what was coming out. All I was worried about is buying basically the inventory, which were the leads, to where the money ran out. And I look back and I'm like, he was so right, But sometimes because, he was the entrepreneur, but yet he had huge amounts of money that he was in control of to make sure that it went the right direction. And I was listening to this millionaire preach this message. Come to find out, I was buying his leads, and so were everybody else. So he was making good money, but without the knowledge, the money ran out.
Hmm.
There's no direction.
Yep. And that ties into when I was making a whole bunch of money, being in the streets and doing stuff I had in the business doing. And that's the funny thing about making fast money.
Yeah, boy.
Making fast money with no financial aptitude is money soon gone, and that's why you look up so many people that make a whole lot of money and they have no financial aptitude. Even if you're not an employee, when you make a whole lot of money with no financial aptitude, you're gonna see it's all gone and you have nothing to show for it but clothes and shoes. It's
Bro,
all
that's
gone.
it. Looking fresh.
Looking
And
fresh.
bro, and there's a saying, right? They said you could give all the if you divide all the money in the world and give it out to everybody, at the end of the day, it will end up in the same people's hands.
Hmm. Because those people have financial aptitude.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go. You got another one or you want me to go again?
Oh no, go again. That was it for me.
Okay. Bet. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Okay, it says on page 126, it says, once we had this knowledge of the power of money working for us, he wanted us to be financially smart and not let anyone or anything push us around. If you're ignorant, it's easy to be bullied. If you know what you're talking about, you have a fighting chance. That is why he pays so much for smart tax accountants and attorneys. It was less expensive to pay them than to pay the government. His best lesson to me was be smart and you won't be pushed around as much. He knew the law because he was a law abiding citizen and because it was expensive not to know the law. Hmm.
Sheesh.
Yeah, that one that one hit different. Once we had this knowledge of the power of money working for us, he wanted us to be financially smart and not let anyone or anything push us around. So I guess once you have the knowledge of how money works and the power of money, now you are in a position to not allow people or anything to push you around.
Dang. No, that's true because, like Myron says, what you don't know, they'll
They
use
use
against
against
you.
you. Yep.
Sheesh.
And then he just said as well, if you're ignorant, it's easy to be bullied.
Yeah. Paying just to pay, like you. Dang.
And then you know what also stood out to me was that way he said that is why he pays so much for smart tax accountants and attorneys. When I've heard stories of people that don't want to pay the tax attorneys and they don't want to pay the accountants because it costs so much. But now that told me that hey, it's a better investment to have smart people in those areas and those fields than to me than me relying on my limited understanding of how that stuff work and then having to pay the government more and more money. Why not just pay that man the $10,000 he want, which is gonna save you 100,000 on the back end. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that was very important for me to see to have a smart group of people around me that'll allow me to save more money, and not
Yeah.
just handing out money to the government.
That's good.
Yeah. I got I have one more I have one more I want to go over real quick. And it's on page 127. It's the last paragraph. And it says many employers feel that advising their workers to mind their own business is bad for business. But for me, focusing on my own business and developing assets made me a better employee because I now had a purpose. I came in early and I worked diligently, amassing as much money as possibly as I could to invest in real estate. He says many employers feel like advising their workers to mind their own business is bad for business. And I get why employees could feel that way because if you hire somebody to work for you and then you're telling them to mind their own business and create something for themselves, I get how some people could feel as if that could be bad for business because then eventually the person that you're telling to mind their own business would have to leave your job. But I feel like, and this is something I eventually want to get into soon. I feel like the most important thing that people want to buy back is their time and their freedom.
Yeah.
So you could go to any job and get a paycheck. Every job that you have provides a paycheck. But if you could create an environment in your business that allow people to buy back their future and help them to create something for themselves, I feel like that is great for business because if you are helping them develop themselves in a way that allows them to build something for themselves, I think that they will show up to your job and to your business with a more sense of purpose because now they have to become the person. Now they have to be the person. They have to be the employee that they wish to hire when they become their own business owner.
Yeah.
So that was powerful for him to say that. And I feel like the key to having great employees is to help them see a clearer vision for themselves because now they will be purpose driven. Purpose driven people show up and work diligently. They work with inspiration because now they are working for more than just a paycheck. That's something I wrote in my notes right there. I
Hey.
got this idea from Myron. He was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
whenever I read books, I have my notepad and
Hey. Yeah.
my sticky notes, and I be writing." So I wrote it down
Right.
when I saw this. So now, we can end on this note right here is that, for the business owners that may be listening to this right now, I feel like it'll be, and I want to hear your perspective as well. What's your perspective on this as far as, being a business owner, but not helping people establish a clearer vision for themselves and helping them build their own dreams? Because I see both sides.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I see it.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think you're right. You gotta have them build their own dream. Like, yeah, you don't want people to leave you, right? But you want them to make their dream come true because it's more purposeful, right? I was listening to this podcast, and you know how they say dream work makes the team work.
Right.
And then this girl said,
Teamwork
let's
makes
say
the dream
Chanel. Her
work.
name was Chanel. She said, no, the team is the dream, right? Because they say millionaires build. What do they say? Millionaires build the 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 system. Billionaires build the people, right? So I think it's all about that. And I always say when I was a manager, I always looked for how can I hire another me or how can I push the person to the next level? Let's see what their why is. How can I get them there outside of
Right.
this? Right? Because like you said, if they have purpose in the job, they go harder. If they're going
Right.
for a check, they'll always look for another job.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to find purpose when you're hiring people.
Right. And then, also to add to that as well, it is a reminder that the people are not looking for a job. They're looking for something new to get into. You're
Yeah.
looking to just working for somebody that allows you to use your skills,
Yeah.
allows you to help you push you in the direction of the thing that you want to go ahead and do.
Yeah,
So,
and Andy Frisella said, and I know this may get a little controversy in the comments, but let's go there. He said he doesn't hire nobody that doesn't want to drive a Lamborghini because everybody that he hires, he want them to have their own franchise within his company.
that's
And that's
amazing,
just
bro.
push. Yeah,
That's amazing. And I feel like that's how it should be. I don't feel
yeah,
like you should hold people hostage to your business for 10, 20, 30 years. Allow them to grow. Let them grow outside of it and go build their own thing. And then, the next person come up, and you are just a middle ground for people, a stepping stone for people to go do what they want to do. And if
exactly.
you help them get there, they'll show up to your business with a lot more energy.
Bro, yes.
Yeah, bro. So I'm gonna repeat this one more time. The key to having great employees is to help them see a clearer vision for themselves because now they will be purpose driven. If you could see a clearer vision for yourself while you're working in this job and your boss is helping you establish a clearer vision for yourself, you will now become purpose driven. Purpose driven people show up and they work diligently. They work with inspiration because now they are working for more than just a paycheck. And that's powerful when you go to a job and work for more than just a paycheck.
Hey,
That's powerful.
yeah.
Yes, sir. So that is chapter 4. And there's a lot more that I have highlighted in my chapter 4 that I could go over, but yeah, it's definitely a lot. So for those that's watching again, don't forget to please, please, please go and check out the book. Don't just take my word for it. Don't take his word for it. Go and do your own research. Go read the book, This is just our perspective. And the good thing is that you get my perspective, you get Trey perspective, and then when you read it, you get the author perspective, and you are able to develop your own perspective on it and go there and make it happen. So that's um that's the beauty of this podcast that we're building. That you get so many different perspectives on it. Yes, sir. Other than that, bro, what else you got for us? Oh,
Oh man, nothing. You said it all. You want to get your own perspective, like you said, the author, yours, mine, and then theirs. And then I would say, right, what I have learned, and I gathered a lot of information. Information without action is just entertainment. So then don't just read for the entertainment of things.
right.
Actually do the things, and that's how you see the change in your life.
Hey, and I gotta say this right before we go. I have to say this. So you know how I'm building out this business right now. I am actually reading. Oh, let me show it to you right now. I am reading this book right here right now, and it's called Story Brand. Building a Story Brand. It's basically telling you how to build your brand by telling stories uh
That's okay.
and marketing, right? And as I'm reading it, it's giving me clear, actionable steps of what to do. But
Okay.
it's like I have been experiencing some resistance because now I have to actually go out and do the thing that it's telling me to do. And it's like I could feel the resistance in my body, like, okay, don't do it. It's okay, you don't gotta do it. So, but it's like my mind is saying, don't do it, but I'm building a show that's predicated and built around doing the thing that the book says. So
Yeah.
now I get now it's a different feeling that I get now. Okay, you just can't be reading just for reading's sake. You got to go apply it, bro. So, uh, um, this is I'm excited to step out of my comfort zone and actually go and apply and do the thing the book says and come back and say it. If it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. And then we just tweak and keep moving forward. So, yeah,
That's fire.
yeah, bro. Well, other than that, bro, yeah, let's keep building, bro. Let's keep building.
Let's go.
Yeah, well, we up out of here, y'all. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see y'all on the next episode. Peace.